Yo, YouTube, welcome back to another video here on the BitFunYoungest channel. It's your boy Zay, and we look at, crypto analysis. We look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, other altcoins. We tap into the S&P 500, and we just do an overall, analysis on the market and find ways in which we can make money. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive into it. Today is Monday, top of the week, May 19th, 2025. It's currently 8:15 a.m. and Bitcoin is sitting roughly around $102.6 thousand. We are rejecting off this area here around 106.5K. We are coming back down to test some support levels. Our next, like the nearest shallow one, is going to be closer to the 101, 100K area. Because we've attempted multiple times to hold this level, I wouldn't be surprised if we break this level. If we do break this level, I am targeting somewhere within this range, anywhere from 199 or not 100, $99,000 all the way down to roughly around $96.5 thousand. Excuse me. I say this to say, due to the numerous interactions that we had previously, if you look all throughout here, it's a lot of volatility and changing market directions and breaking above, and just a lot of action right here, right? And this is, previous encounters with this area. I think this is the only time that we've really encountered, $97,000 in Bitcoin's price history. So this is really all that we have to go by. So because we're above it and we broke through, price likes to do a thing called retesting. So once it breaks a certain level or a key area, it comes back down to test that area to see if it truly is meant to hold strong and continue pushing higher, right? So we broke through right here on May 7th of 2025. We continue to rally up, encountered some resistance, and it looks as though we're coming back down to capture some support, right? And so this is very bullish from my perspective in the market. Why do I say this? Because as we were coming down here on this downtrend, we were able to take out some of our lower highs. This is a lower high right here. We took it out with this move. This was a lower high right here. We took it out here with this consolidation. This was a lower high here. We took it out with this move right here. This is a lower high, and we tried to break above it with some conviction, but we ultimately ended up coming back down, or it looks as though we're coming back down to test, some more areas. That's really what I'm saying on Bitcoin. If we scroll over to the S&P 500, it has been rallying like crazy, right? So let's just do a quick little look. If this took 46 days to come down, on the way up, it only took, oh wow. Well, it took the same amount of time. Let me see. From the time that we've topped out all the way down to this candle right here. Yeah, 46. And if I take this same one. Okay, so it took it took roughly around the same amount of time to recover, which is I guess that's pretty good for the S&P right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me just do a quick back test right quick. Boom. That took 98 days. To get back, it took 40. Okay, so that took half. But regardless of the fact, we are recovering really well, especially after this drop right here. A lot of people were worried that, price would continue to fall down, but it honestly just came down and tested this key area. It kind of front ran it a little bit, but it ultimately ended up pushing back up. It looks as though we are only 3% away from our all-time high, which is roughly around 6.2K on the S&P 500. So I think that's going to be really good. As we continue to, allow the week to develop, I think it'll be nice for us to, continue pushing forward, testing some of these key areas, and, establishing a nice structure in the market so we can continue to make money in a wise manner, right? As you see right here, Ethereum is coming back down. It had a nice breakout right here. It looks as though it encountered some resistance, which we had drawn out perfectly right here around the 2.7K area. It looks as though we broke the mid-range here at the 2.4K area, and I do see us targeting somewhere here around the 2.1K area. So if we're able to do that, I think that would be a nice buy, even spot buy, just to, you know, get back in those zones. Similar thing with Solana. If we come back down, ultimately I want to come back down and test this area here around the $120 range, but right now we're sitting roughly in the mid-range, or this support, shallow support here at the $160 range. If we don't hold, I just mentioned where I do see price coming back down. We have, you know, short, intermediate support areas or key areas within this zone, but this is the main one I'm looking at based off top-down analysis. Similar thing with Doge, we encountered some resistance here around the 24-cent area. I do see us coming back down and possibly testing the 16-cent area, which I believe is a very, very extremely amazing good buy for Doge at this stage in the market, right? But if we just, you know, bring it back over to Bitcoin, I do see a nice trade setup somewhere in this area, as I mentioned, around 100K to 97K. If we can catch a nice entry here with some candle confirmations, I think that'll be really, really bullish, and we'll be able to continue this trend of going up, right? That's really all that I have for today. Nothing too crazy. It's the top of the week. Y'all continue to, you know, excel and do whatever's needed so y'all can succeed and take care of y'all family. But it was good to, you know, tap back in with y'all. Start of the week. Let's go ahead and do what we do. With that being said, I'm gone.